What's up? What's happening, folks? Welcome back to the channel, Sports, Life, and Politics TV. I'm Samuel Koppel, YouTube's #1 couch detective. I'm ready for the news. Tensions are rising in the Straits of Taiwan between China and the United States of America. China is making a bunch of provocative moves in the air and on the sea. Now, I've made several different clips on China versus Taiwan versus America. China versus Taiwan, war, not if, but when. China's secret police station in New York City. I've been covering these things, here and there, because I understand that eventually something's going to happen out here on the South China Sea. There's no doubt about it. The United States and China is basically at a tug of war. China is starting to grow militarily and have become one of the world's superpowers. The United States is already the preeminent superpower on the planet, and the United States is in a catch-22. If you do nothing, then China only grows. It becomes bolder over time. If you strike, then you're basically starting World War III with a nuclear superpower. So the United States is in a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation. Let's take a look at the clip.
Tensions continue to rise between the U.S. and China after a warship was sent to an American missile destroyer. CBS 2's Elizabeth Paul. Addressing an audience of global security officials, China's defense minister, General Li Shangfu, had some blunt advice for the United States. Keep your ships and planes away, he said. He was reacting to criticism of an incident in the Taiwan Strait on Saturday when a Chinese warship crossed the course of an American destroyer so close it had to slow down to avoid a collision.
And all the videos I made on China, all these things that's happening, I told you they were going to happen. China is only going to become more emboldened over time. I told you, just like North Korea wants back South Korea, just like Russia wanted back the Ukraine, China most definitely 100%, without a shadow of a doubt, wants back Taiwan. United States have their tentacles deep in Taiwan and basically puppeted them, and China has had enough of it. They're going to continuously make these provocative moves. They're going to continuously to cut off shift. They're going to continuously do these things until they feel like they're ready to attack Taiwan. And eventually that is coming.
Last week, a Chinese fighter plane pulled a similar maneuver in front of an American reconnaissance plane over the South China Sea. Without trying to...
As you can see, that the turbulence from that plane crossing actually shook the United States plane. There was a time when China wouldn't be nowhere near bold enough to pull these type of moves. But now, over time, their nuts are growing larger and larger. So United States, they're in a tough position right now. Tell me in the comments, what do you think the United States should do? These type of questions nobody really asks. What should the United States do about China in the South China Sea? Should they just leave it alone, let them have Taiwan? Or should they continue to fight and try to expand their power or keep the power that they've expanded? Hell of a question.
Justify the actions. General Li said, to avoid similar incidents, the U.S. should steer clear of areas around China. Mind your own business, he said. But the U.S.
There it is.
sees routine patrols of the air and sea off mainland China as very much its own business, to underscore its position that this is international space open to everyone. At a conference banquet on Friday, General Li shook hands with the American Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin, but China declined a formal meeting, and that, said Secretary Austin, is dangerous. Meanwhile, the U.S. and Chinese militaries continue to operate close to one another. Speaking to reporters off-camera, Secretary Austin called on Chinese leaders to rein in dangerous conduct in case an accident spiraled out of control. Elizabeth Palmer, CBS News, Tokyo.
But honestly, the United States would prefer that they keep doing what they're doing and China do nothing. But at this point, we all can see that that's not going to happen. No way, no shape or form. That's going to continue. China's not just going to stand by idly and let these things keep happening. It's just not going to be. But eventually, something's going to come to a head. Yeah, we already know. It's like an old fight in the schoolyard. It's only so long. Well, You keep pushing on each other before somebody throws a punch. And a punch will be coming here eventually. But I just wanted to go over that clip. I'm going to simultaneously go over some of these clips sporadically here and there, especially when it comes to these superpowers battling over, over earth, water, and air. And we'll see where it goes. But this has been Sports Life and Politics TV. I'm Samuel Koppel, YouTube's #1 couch detective. I'm here for the news. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. I just took your ass on 2 superpowers of bumping heads off the Straits of Taiwan. Ride. Peace.